Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's an awesome day on this beautiful, beautiful Tuesday. With that being said, let's get to my vocal point of today's video. So, guys, President Trump has just signed an executive order officially making it a crime to burn down the American flag. If you're a U.S. citizen, it's also also, before I get into the specifics of this, it's also, if you get caught burning down an American flag, you'll be sentenced to jail for one year, in jail for 1 year for burning down the American flag. So that's the penalty if you get caught burning down an American flag. But anyway, guys, I'm giving my opinion on this. First of all, if you're a U.S. citizen, do I think you're stupid if you burn down an American flag? Absolutely. Why would you burn down a flag you're the citizen of? It doesn't make sense. However, with that being said, I don't think you should go to jail for it. I think if you want to burn down the American flag in your own backyard without hurting anyone, I think you're allowed to do that. I think you're allowed. I think you should be allowed to do that. I don't think that should be a crime. However, do I think you're stupid? Yeah, I don't know why you would burn down the flag you're an American citizen of. However, I don't think you should be punished to jail time if you do that, in my personal opinion. However, if you're an immigrant, that's a different story. So for illegal immigrants, so if you came here illegally and you're not fully a U.S. citizen yet, so if you're a legal immigrant, you have the privilege to be here, which is a good thing. But then you burn down the American flag. So you're allowed to come in this country legally, and then you just disrespect us like that. I think you should be deported for doing that. You shouldn't do that, in my opinion. If you're a legal immigrant, it's even a whole different story. Illegal immigrant. So you come in here, you're not allowed to be here, first of all. You don't even have the privilege to be here. And you're just going to go down and burn down the American flag. First of all, at least you're going to come here legally. You need to respect the country. You don't even come here, you don't respect the country. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah. Illegal immigrants, my opinion, should just be deported for just burning down the American flag. Absolutely. U.S. citizen, I don't think you should be put in jail for 1 year. I disagree with you about that. I think you should be able to burn down the American flag in your own backyard. If the fire spreads and starts burning out, yeah, that's a different problem. Absolutely. But if you just have a little small fire, you burn down the American flag a little bit, I think it's pretty. I don't think you should be penalized for jail time unless you harm other people. That's just my opinion. Of course, do I think you're stupid for doing that? Yeah. Why would you're a citizen of your own country, you're going to burn down the American flag? If you want to protest against Donald Trump, burn down a Trump flag. Do that all you want. But don't burn down an American flag. But I guess I get the point, Democrats' point on this one. I actually kind of agree. I don't think you should be immediately jailed for a year just because you burn down the American flag. I think it's a little much. However, do I think you should do it? Probably not. I don't know why you burn down your country's flag. That's stupid. Burn down a Trump flag. Okay? Do that instead, okay? If you hate Trump so much, buy a Trump flag and burn it down. As long as you don't harm any other person or burn down any of their houses because of it, you should be okay. But thanks for watching, everyone. This concludes for today's video. Thanks for watching. Happy Tuesday night. Peace out. I'm Rex. Bye. Bye.